How to avoid the pitfalls of the Atkins diet. The Atkins diet, developed in 1972 by Dr. Robert C. Atkins, is known as a high-protein and very low-carbohydrate diet. The rationale is that we gain weight because of how we process carbs, rather than portion sizes or fat intake. Whether you think the Atkins diet is a diet that offers quick results, or you believe it to be an unsustainable way of eating, you should familiarize yourself with some of the diet's pitfalls so that you increase your chances of success. Part 1: Avoiding the pitfalls. 1. Eat your vegetables. Many people have a tendency to overlook the importance of vegetables when they significantly restrict carbs and increase protein. Also, some people don't want to spend their daily carbs on vegetables, which do contain carbohydrates, however negligible. You run the risk of nutrient deficiencies if you do not ensure that you're getting enough vitamins and minerals. Your goal is approximately 2 cups of steamed veggies and 6 cups of leafy greens per day. 2. Drink your water. A pitfall of any diet is not drinking enough water. You need at least 64 ounces per day, although the bigger you are, the more water you need. Your urine should be clear or very pale yellow and you shouldn't feel thirsty. Drinking water increases your metabolism and helps you burn fat. The Atkins diet is a diuretic, and you'll need to compensate for lost water. You need to increase your water consumption even more if you go into a state of ketosis, as water will dilute the ketone buildup in your system. Ketosis can occur on a low-carbohydrate diet, where body fat is used for fuel instead of glucose from carbohydrates. 3. Research before you eat out. It's much easier to maintain a diet when eating at home. Going out to eat puts you at risk of not finding something within Atkins guidelines, either forcing you to eat nothing and be hungry, or forcing you to go off your plan just this once. Instead of falling into that trap, do your research. Look up menus online, call around, and see which establishments offer Atkins-friendly foods. 4. Count the right carbs. The Atkins diet calls for you to record your daily net carbs, which is the number you get after subtracting grams of fiber from your total carbs. Carbohydrates are found in breads, cereals, rice, pastas, beans, fruits and vegetables. There are no carbohydrates in meat or in fat. You count carbs because that is what impacts blood sugar. Fiber is a carb, but it has no impact on blood sugar, so make sure you subtract it from the total carb count of the food. Sugar substitutes, for example, automatically count as 1 gram of net carbs. Read the labels on your foods. A low-carb, soft tortilla has 11 grams total carbohydrate and 6 grams of fiber. 6 is equal to 5 grams net carbs. 5. Don't weigh yourself every day. The natural fluctuations in your daily weight can be discouraging and frustrating if you're focusing solely on the number on the scale. Rather than weigh yourself every day, weigh yourself weekly. Take your measurements weekly as well, because you may see measurement changes one week even if you don't see the scale budge much. Exercising will build muscle, which weighs more than fat, and that might prevent the scale from moving some weeks. This is why you should also take body measurements. Part 2: Understanding the risks. 1. Know the possible immediate side effects. If you are used to consuming carbohydrates, immediate carbohydrate restriction may produce some immediate side effects. Keep an eye out for these symptoms and contact your doctor if they persist or get worse. Dizziness, constipation, fatigue, headache, weakness. 2. Monitor vitamin and mineral levels. Be sure to avoid possible nutritional deficiencies that may result from such a restrictive diet. To make up for deficiencies, you can take supplements. Pay particular attention to thiamine, potassium, folate, vitamin C, D, and E, magnesium, iron, calcium, sodium. 3. Get checked periodically for heart disease. The Atkins diet calls for high intakes of protein, and many dieters opt for proteins that are also high in saturated fats. This high level of saturated fat intake increases your risk for heart disease, especially in women. Diets high in processed meats and red meats also increase your risk for type 2 diabetes, increase your cholesterol, and increase your risk of certain cancers, coronary heart disease, and chronic obstructive lung disease. 4. Be on the lookout for weight gain. Research shows that most people who go on a low-carbohydrate diet will ultimately end up gaining more weight than they lost. This may be due to the high protein component of the diet. Additionally, some studies indicate a correlation between low-carbohydrate diets and increased risk of heart disease. 5. Monitor your blood sugar. Consuming minimal carbohydrates can put you in a state of ketosis, which is the process of your body burning stored fat in the body rather than sugar while building ketones in your body. Immediate side effects of ketosis are nausea, physical and mental fatigue, headache, mental fatigue, and bad breath, smells like alcohol or like nail polish remover. The long-term effects are unknown. Part 3. Doing Atkins the healthiest way. 1. Exercise regularly. Originally, the Atkins diet advised that exercise wasn't necessary. However, they have since revised that guideline and encourage regular exercise as a healthy component of the plan. Consider aerobic exercise combined with weight training, as approved by your physician. Aim for 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise each week, or 30 minutes 5 days a week, as well as 20 minutes of strength training 2 to 3 times a week. 2. Follow the phases. The Atkins diet has 4 phases: the induction phase, 1, the balancing phase, 2, the fine-tuning phase, 3, and the maintenance, 4, phase. Some people associate the Atkins diet with phase 1 only, the phase in which you restrict your carbs to under 20 grams daily. You cannot reasonably maintain the unrealistic diet of phase 1 indefinitely, and you should move on to the next phases as the program suggests. 3. Eat safe proteins. There are some low-carbohydrate diets that suggest you can eat whatever sources of protein you want in unlimited quantities, including processed meats, smoked meats, fatty meats, red meats, and salty meats. These can lead to a variety of health problems and should be eaten sparingly. Instead, opt for lean meats, such as fish, chicken, and turkey. Don't forget non-meat sources of protein, such as nuts and seeds and full-fat dairy products. 4. Portion your food. People tend to overestimate portion sizes, sabotaging any weight loss efforts. Previously, the Atkins diet did not include portion sizes. However, they have since revised their protocols to help people see the results that they want. To successfully navigate this diet, pay attention to your portion sizes and account for everything that goes in your mouth. 5. Take advantage of superfoods. The Atkins diet has superfoods that serve as the cornerstones of healthy eating on the plan. Atkins recommends wholesome, healthy foods, such as vegetables, avocados, fatty fish, and eggs. These foods deliver lots of nutrients, healthy fats, and fill you up without significant carbohydrates. Tips. Almonds are also good sources of potassium, and you can have almonds after induction has ended. Try using a salt, like Morton's Light Salt, that contains potassium chloride. This will help to supplement potassium in your body while you're on Atkins. Use up to 1–2 teaspoons of extra salt each day. Most diets do work in the short term. The hard part for people is keeping the weight off, so it is important to make healthy changes that become part of your lifestyle, not something temporary. The Atkins diet can be a healthy, long-term way of eating when you are in the maintenance part. Warnings. Diets high in meat, especially red meat, have also been associated with a higher risk of bowel cancer. Stick to lean meats like chicken and fish instead of eating large amounts of red meat. Supplements containing extra iron can contribute to constipation. The Atkins diet has been associated with heart abnormalities and blockages of coronary blood vessels. Be sure to have your blood work done before you start the diet and then again periodically throughout the course of the diet to watch for indicators of serious heart disease. Avoid laxatives as a solution to constipation whenever possible. If you do take laxatives, only take them occasionally.